Welcome back, students. This video will teach you to solve problems under cash budget with the given information. I would suggest you all to pause the video and write down the problem so that you can solve it simultaneously for better understanding. The following data pertains to a shop. The owner has made the following sales forecast for the first 5 months of the coming year. So, sales relating to January, February, March, April, and May are given. There are additional information as well. So the first adjustment talks in terms of the opening balances of debtors and creditors. So beginning balances of debtors and creditors are rupees 30,000 and 14,000 respectively. And other balances are cash balance rupees 7,500, stock rupees 51,000, and accrued sales commission rupees 3,500. The next adjustment pertains to sales. So 40% of sales are on cash basis and credit sales are collected in the month following the sales. So this says that out of the total sales, 40% are on cash basis. As such, the rest 60% are credit sales. And how are the credit sales collected? It is collected in the month following the sale. So the credit sales of January month is received in the month of February. Whatever you have sold in the month of February as credit sales, the money on that will be received in the month of March and likewise. The C adjustment speaks about the cost of goods sold. Okay, it says cost of goods sold is 60% of sales. Then the D adjustment is the only other variable cost is a 5% commission to sales agents. Again, this is a payment, cash payment. The sales commission is paid in month after it is earned. So if the sales commission is earned in the month of January by a salesman, it is paid in the month of February, after 1 month after it is earned. Then inventory is kept equal to sales requirements for the next 2 months budgeted sales. So this is about the stock that is being kept in the business. Trade creditors are paid in the following month after purchases. Trade creditors, in the sense, trade creditors arises. When does creditors arise? When you're going to make a credit purchase. Okay, then the creditors arise. Credit purchase of, let us say, raw materials. Okay, and then when it comes to debtors, debtors arise in when you're making a credit sale. Debtors are the people who owe money to you. Creditors are the people who the business owes money to. The last adjustment is in relation to fixed costs. So fixed costs are rupees 5,000 per month, including rupees 2,000 depreciation. Please keep in mind, depreciation is a book adjustment. There is actually no cash outflow. Okay, we are preparing cash budget. As such, any item which is not involving cash will not be considered in cash budget. So depreciation will not be considered. Okay, as such, we should exclude rupees 2,000 depreciation from this fixed cost of rupees 5,000 per month. When we depreciate an asset, it is just a book adjustment. No cash is involved. No cash outflow happens. You are required to prepare a cash budget for each of the first 3 months of the coming year. So first 3 months are January, February, and March. Okay, let's go ahead and prepare cash budget. But before that, there are certain calculations that you need to do. One is in relation to the sales. The second one is in relation to the purchases. So these two calculations are to be done. Let us solve the problem. Total sales are given in the problem. Let us first find out of this total sales, what part is cash sales and how much is credit sales. Going back to the problem, they've given January's sales as 40,000, February's sales as 45,000, March 55,000, April 60,000, and May 50,000. Let us first go ahead and write these things in the particulars column. So we'll start with total sales. January sales is 40,000. February sales is 45,000. March sales is 55,000. April sales is 60,000 and May sales is 50,000. Next, we will find out what percent of the sales are cash sales. We will look into the problem. What's given? Adjustment B says that 40% sales are on cash basis. So we'll go and find write how much is cash sales. Cash sales are 40% of total sales. So quickly find out how much is 40% of 40,000. It's 16,000. February sales will be, cash sales will be 40% of 45,000, that is 18,000. Next 40% of 55,000 is 22,000. 40% of 60,000 is 24,000. And 40% of 50,000 is 20,000. Then coming to credit sales. So if 40% of total sales are cash, then 60% of total sales will be credit sales. Or the other way of finding it is total sales minus cash sales. So this also will be giving the same answer. So 40,000 minus 16,000 or 60% of 40,000. So let us quickly mention this. So let us quickly find out the credit sales. So that will be 24,000, 27,000, 33,000, 36,000 and 30,000. Once we find the credit sales, then let us go ahead and find out how this money is collected. So collection from debtors. We'll go back to the problem. Now what is mentioned? Refer the B adjustment. Credit sales are collected in the month following sales. So if January's sales, credit sales will be collected in the month of February. February's credit sales will be collected in the month of March and likewise. Okay. So we'll go ahead and fill in the details over here. Collection from debtors. So remember, so whatever you're going to sell in the form of credit sales in the month of January, that will be received in the month of February. February's will be received in the month of March. March will be received in the month of April. April's will be received in the month of May. May's will be received in the month of June. But then we are not prepared. We don't prepare the cash budget for the month of April, May, June. We are only preparing the cash budget for January, February, and March. As such, we don't require to prepare to calculate for all the months. Okay. Now going back to the problem, what is mentioned over here? Credit sales are collected in the month following sales. So we'll write it over here. So here it will be 24,000, 27,000, 33,000, 36,000. So what should be the information over here? So what is the information that has to be written in the month of January? This will be pertaining to the month of December of the previous year. So let us go ahead and find out whether we have information relating to the December month of the previous year. What's given? The sales are for the months of January, February, March, April, and May. So we don't have information regarding the sales of December. But there is an information given over here. Debtors. Now, when will debtors arise? When there is credit sales, right? So debtors at the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year in the sense January beginning. January beginning, opening balance of debtors of this January is nothing but the closing balance of December. So, whatever at the end of the December debtors we had, that becomes the opening balance of the month of January. Okay, so opening balance of the year rupees 30,000 that has to be received in this year. So, we'll go ahead and mention that over here. This will be rupees 30,000. Now, quickly we'll mention over here. This is pertaining to the month of January. This is for the month of February. This is of the month of March. And this is pertaining to the month of April. And December of the previous month. But in the problem, they have given it as opening balance. So we are done with the calculation of cash and credit sales as well as collection from debtors. Quickly we'll go to the next calculation. Let us first find out how much would be the purchases. Okay. So what are the information that are given pertaining to the purchases? One is we have to consider the C adjustment. Cost of goods sold is 60% of sales. The next one that we have to keep in mind is the E adjustment. Inventory is kept equal to sales requirements for the next 2 months budgeted sales. And F adjustment, trade creditors are paid in the following month after purchases. But before that, let us first find out how much is the purchase. So calculation of purchases. Purchases can be calculated in this manner. So how to find out purchases? Opening stock, add purchases, less closing stock will give you cost of goods sold. Going back to the problem, what information is given relating to cost of goods sold? That it is 60% of sales. Inventory has to be kept equal to sales requirements for the next 2 months budgeted sales. So cost of goods sold is 60% of sales. Okay, and closing stock are nothing but next 2 months budgeted sales. You have to keep whatever the requirements are pertaining to the next 2 months sales. Remember, stock is always calculated at cost price. So in this case, what is the cost price? It is 60%. Okay. We know the opening stock. The closing stock of the previous month will be the opening stock of the following month. Okay. So we can find out the opening stock. We know how to calculate closing stock. We also know the cost of goods sold. What we do not know is purchases. So how you can find out purchases? So purchases is equal to cost of goods sold minus opening stock plus closing stock. You're just taking opening stock and closing stock to the other side, to the right hand side. So plus opening stock will be minus opening stock, minus closing stock will be plus opening stock. So purchases is equal to cost of goods sold minus opening stock plus closing stock. We will quickly calculate the purchases over here. So cost of goods sold less opening stock Add closing stock will give purchases. So first we need to calculate cost of goods sold. So calculation of cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold are what is given in the problem, 60% of sales. So cost of goods sold is 60%. Let us go quickly find out the sales figures. It's already given over here. Sales figures are given here. January, February, March and April, May. 40, 45, 55, 60 and 50,000. We need to find out 60% of it. Okay, 60% of the sales. January sales is 40,000. 60% of 40,000 will be 24,000. February sales is 45,000. 60% of 45,000 will be 27,000. March sales is 55,000. 60% of 55,000 will be 33,000. April sales is 60,000. 60% of 60,000 will be 36,000. May sales is 50,000. 60% of 50,000 will be 30,000. So these figures are now calculated. So we will shift it over here. Next, we need to know the opening stock. Before knowing the opening stock, we need to calculate the closing stock. So let us go ahead and calculate closing stock. Closing stock, how do you do it? Closing stock is equal to sales requirements of the next 2 months budgeted sales. So for the month of January, the closing stock will be the sales requirements of February and March, but then we need to take it at cost price, right? If you have to take it at cost price, you have to multiply it. You have to take only 60%. Okay, you have to multiply it by 60%. So here let us write closing stock at cost. Don't take 100% of sales. We need to take only 60% of sales. Now let us go ahead and find out what are the sales for the month of February and March. February and March sales are 45,000 and 55,000. So 55 plus 45 will be 1 lakh. How much should we take? 60% of 1 lakh. So the budgeted sales of February and March are 45,000 and 55,000. We need to take 60% of this 45,000 plus 50,000. So that comes to 60,000. Let me put up the calculations quickly over here. It is Feb sales plus March sales. Okay. And we need to take 60% of it. That's the calculation for closing stock. So for the month of February, we should take the sales of March and April. March sales is 55,000, April sales is 60,000. Of that, we need to take 60%. Okay, so it is 60% of 55,000 plus 60,000. That comes to 69,000. Let us quickly find out the closing stock of for the month of March. So we need to take 60%, 60% of the sales of April and May. April sales is 60,000 and May sales is 50,000. So that comes to 66,000. We don't have to calculate for April and May, and anyways we can't calculate for April because we need to know the sales of May and June. May sales are given but June sale is not given. June sales are not given as such. And anyways we are preparing the cash budget only for the month of January, February and March. So for the months of April and May we don't require the information. Here also we can skip the information of cost of goods sold for the month of April and May. So quickly let us put up the closing stock of January. It's 60,000. For the month of February, it is 69,000, and for the month of March, it is 66,000. Now, remember, closing stock of January will be the opening balance of February. Likewise, February's closing stock will be the opening balance of March. So, February's opening stock will be 60,000. March month's closing stock will be, opening stock will be 69,000. So we have to find out what will be the opening stock of January. Check in the problem whether it is given. Now over here, the balances of other relevant assets and liabilities are given, and in one of it is relating to stock. So the opening balance of stock is given as 51,000. So the opening balance of January is 51,000 given in adjustment number A. Refer adjustment number. So purchases for the month of January will be 24,000 minus 51,000 plus 60,000. So that will amount to 33,000. For the month of February, it will be 27,000 plus 69,000 minus 60,000. So that comes to 36,000. And for the month of March, it is 33,000 minus 69,000 plus 66,000. You can write closing stock above the opening stock. So first you can add and then deduct as well. Either ways you'll get the same answer. So that comes to 30,000. So now we know the amount of purchases. More or less we have the information that are required for preparing the cash budget. So let us quickly go ahead and prepare the cash budget for the months of January, February and March. They have not mentioned the year. We'll start with opening cash balance. And then add all the cash receipts. Let us find out the opening cash balance. So it's given over here. Opening cash balance is 7,500. Let us quickly put it in the month of January. So January's opening cash balance is 7,500. Coming to cash receipts, we have cash receipts from cash sales, and then we have cash receipts. Remember, cash budget is estimation. Okay, we are budgeting, we are trying to find out what are the cash receipts and cash payments for the next 3 months. So collection from debtors. Let us go back to our calculations of cash sales. So 16,000, 18,000 and 22,000 are the cash sales. Please take it from the first calculation. Okay, so that will be the cash sales. Coming to collection from debtors, where do you get the collection from debtors? Debtors will arise in case of credit sales, right? Now, what is mentioned in the problem relating to credit sales? Refer adjustment number B. 40% sales are on cash basis. Credit sales are collected in the month following sales. So we have calculated the credit sales, right? And we have found out what will be the collection. So refer to this particular table. January 30,000, February 24,000, and March 27,000. Let us quickly put the figures over here. So collection from debtors for the month of January is 30,000. For February it is 24,000, and for March it is 27,000. Let us go back to the problem and see if there are any other information relating to cash receipts. All the adjustments are taken care of. There are no cash receipts mentioned. Okay. So if you are adding opening cash balance and all the cash receipts, we will get total cash available with the business. Next, we'll look into cash payments. Before that, the total, let us keep the cash balance as A, total cash receipts as B. So total cash available will be A plus B. Let us keep cash payments as, what are the cash payments? We have payment to creditors. Payment to creditors arises because of credit purchases. In this problem, all purchases are on credit basis. What's mentioned in relation to creditors? Trade creditors are paid in the following month after purchases. So we have calculated the purchases. Calculation of purchases are 33,000. Now this 33,000 will be paid in the month of February. Okay. February's 36,000 will be paid in the month of March. March will be paid in the month of April. So we need to find out the January month. So let us find out whether there is any information pertaining to the month of January. So what is given? Debtors and creditors balances at the beginning of the year are 30,000 and 14,000 respectively. We have 14,000 as payment to creditors for the month of January. Quickly we'll put these figures in the payments column. So payment to creditors for the month of January, it's 14,000. For the month of February, it is 33,000. And for the month of March, it is 36,000. So we have done with the payment towards creditors. Let us see if there are any other cash payments. We have taken care of this first table. We have done with the adjustment A. 40% of sales we are taken into consideration. C also we have done. The only other variable cost is a 5% commission to sales agents. So the sales commission is paid in month after it is earned. So 5% of commission to sales agents we have to check. So what is the commission for the month of January? For the month of January, commission will be 5% of sales of January. Sales of January is 40,000. This commission of 2,000 will be paid in the next month. So what's mentioned? The sales commission is paid in month after it is earned. Whatever is to be paid to the salesman in the month of January will be paid in the month of February. So likewise, we need to find out February. February's sales commission will be 5% of What's the February sales? 45,000. Okay, so 5% of 45,000 will be 2,250. When will this be paid? In the month of March. So January sales commission of rupees 2000 will be paid in the month of February, and in the month of February the sales commission will be 2250, that will be paid in the month of March. Now coming to the January figure, refer the A adjustment, accrued sales commission. So all these are the balances of other assets and liabilities at the beginning of the year. So accrued sales commission is 3500, that has to be accounted for. So whatever the opening balance is, it has to be paid in the month of January. Are there any other adjustments, any other payments? Refer G. Fixed costs are rupees 5000 per month. But this includes rupees 2000 depreciation. I already mentioned depreciation is a non-cash item. As such, this should not be taken into consideration in cash budget. So the fixed cost for every month will be 5000 minus 2000, that is 3000. There is no payment lag for fixed cost. It is paid in the same month. And depreciation should be excluded. Fixed cost will be 5000 minus 2000, that is 3000. There are no other cash payments. Let us quickly find out the total cash payments. So 14,000 plus 3,500 plus 3,000 will be 20,500. Now this will be 33,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000. So that will be 38,000. 36,000 plus 2,250 plus 3,000 will be 41,250. These are the cash payments. Let us find out surplus or deficit. How do you find out surplus or deficit? Let us find out the total cash available. So add 7,500, 16,000 plus 30,000. That comes to 53,500. We have already found out the total cash payments, 20,500. So from the cash available, 53,500, if we pay 20,500, we will be left with 33,000. So that is a surplus. Surplus will be denoted by a plus sign and deficit will be denoted by a minus sign. So whatever surplus is available, we don't have minimum cash balance that has to be maintained. No information is given about that. So what will be the closing cash balance? Whatever surplus the company has, that would be its closing cash balance. So how much is the closing cash balance for the month of January? It will be 33,000. Closing cash balance of January will be the opening cash balance of February. So February it is 33,000. Now let us add all these three items so that we get total cash available. So 33,000 plus 18,000 plus 24,000 will be 75,000. From 75,000 let us deduct 38,000. So surplus or deficit is technically A plus B minus, okay, this will be C. I'm sorry, this will be C. So A plus B minus C. Total cash available for the month of February is 75,000. From that, payments worth rupees 38,000 has to be deducted. So the surplus would be rupees 75,000 minus 38,000. That comes to 37,000. Now, since it is a surplus, that itself will be the closing cash balance for the month of February. This closing cash balance of February will be the opening balance of the month of March. Now add all these three things, 37,000 plus 22,000 plus 27,000, that will amount to 86,000 rupees. 41,250 is the expected payment. As such, how much would be the surplus? The company would have a surplus of 44,750. And this 44,750 will be the closing cash balance of March. That's all for now, students. Hope you all had a pleasant learning experience. See you all in our next video. Thank you.